hello, my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back once again to Ace Attorney: The Final Trials. Specifically, this is Turnabout in the Rain, and my God, I just realized how loud this music is. I have to turn this down a wee bit. But we're here. We're gonna be listening to this guy's testimony, simply called "My Mistake." I can't apologize enough. I made a big mistake. Even though I said I didn't go outside, I definitely did. The umbrella proves for certain that is the case. It's still wet even now. It just goes to show how nasty the storm was. I discovered the body and saw the accused run away when I left to look. Thank you, witness. I understand your situation. I too have made many mistakes. There was this one time where I thought a canoe was a surfboard. It didn't go too well when I crashed into the waves below. God, I'm almost concerned for him. Almost. Let's not think about the judge too much. I'm sure there's things bigger than him to deal with right now. Like the prosecutor's colossal smirk. And just why is Mr. Taylor so defensive? I suppose that it's time to find out. Let's go. Oh, this is gonna be pretty good. Like, I don't know what it is, but to me, like Mr. Tails' sprite feels like very uncanny. Like it just feels like it doesn't belong in the Phoenix Wright universe, but at the same time it does. I don't know, like it feels really uncanny. That's like that's like one of the feelings I was getting from recording the previous episode. Like he feels so uncanny and weird, but at the same time he kind of does fit. I can't apologize enough. I made a mistake. Even though I said I didn't go outside, I definitely did.
Hold it!
This is a really big change of your account. Why did you lie? Please calm yourself, Miss Sykes. We won't get anywhere if we all fall to anarchy. Deep breaths. Allow me to best explain where I went wrong. I want to be as clear as possible in what I have to say. I'm a bit of a deep thinker. I like to imagine the way scenarios would go under different circumstances. It has always helped me get a bigger understanding of the world around me as well as myself. I stumble and go confused between one of my scenarios and what actually happened in the events of that night. I did not lie, nor did I have any intention of lying. Hopefully, that will clear up any doubts you may have. That's quite alright, Mr. Taylor. This is the truth we are hearing now. There are no issues with what has happened. Ugh. Sounds like Payne is trying to keep himself calm. Dina, I get your frustration, but it would be better if you stopped accusing him of lying. At least until we can prove that he really was. Can we even do that when it's so obvious? Catch him again. Once it's coincidence, twice is more likely to be a pattern. That's true. There's gotta be a problem in his testimony too. Please continue, witness. Never proves for certain that it's the case. It's still wet even now. It shows how nasty the storm was.
Hold it!
Is it true that the umbrella is still wet? The umbrella is indeed still wet. And there hasn't been any rain since the end of the storm. Oh wow, that's real solid. But Dina, what if Mr. Taylor's just pouring water in the umbrella this morning? To be completely honest, I buy that. My co-counsel has raised a pretty good point. Is it true the umbrella was wet from the storm? That's an impossible thing to prove. Both sides have valid points. The more I think about it, the more I feel this evidence may not be credible. However, I feel it is good for some doubt to be cast up to it. There is often depth to the truth. Genial. The judge isn't taking everything at face value anymore. As long as he has his suspicions, I have succeeded here. discovered the body and saw the accused run away when I left to look. Hold it? Why in the world is this so different from your previous testimony? I promise you that it's a misunderstanding. I had no intention of feeding you false information. Like I said, the night was stressful and confusing. At times, my dreams, my imagination, and my life all bleed into one. Do you ever find that happens with you? No? There was both a mugging and a murder that took place. This is among a store with this mystery weapon that in the run-up to Christmas. I didn't know how late it was, and his exhaustion from his work shift. It makes perfect sense for the witness to be a little confused. He is really fighting his corner here. He wants his account to be true. That's why I have to debunk it. I don't think the umbrella will help me here, though. I should review my evidence and think outside the box. I don't know what's going on here. He's really changed his entire testimony just out of fear. Why is he even so quick to jump in on the misunderstandings of bandwagon? You're asking me, Truce. It's really making me think he has something else to hide. A little more reason to go to the bottom, get to the bottom of it. Stop scaring me with your mind reading. Hate me. Wait a minute. He says he discovered the body, right? And he said it was around 1:15 or 1:30 a.m. when it happened before. Time of death, 1 a.m. It was 15 minutes before. Objection! Talos? Mr. Will Talos. What's up? Do you have a question? What's on your mind? Thank you for being so accommodating. I'll tell you what's on my mind. I think I can safely call you a Weasley liar. What do you mean? Yes, defense. Exactly what do you mean? Let's consider what Mr. Talos has claimed. He says he got his umbrella out to investigate the mugging. But the truth is, that should be impossible. There'd be absolutely no need to do that according to the autopsy report. There was no rain at the time. Look at the victim when the victim died. At 1 a.m. before the rain had started. This is the exact same problem you had in your previous testimony. So which is it, Mr. Talos? Did you go outside or not? There shall be order. Oh? That is indeed a very interesting point. But I'd appreciate if you didn't call me a Weasley liar. This is exactly what I didn't want to do. I suppose the damage is done. I'll tell you what. I'm reducing everyone's discount to 10%. You wouldn't like it if I called you the same. No, my perfect no. Sykes, there had better be a good reason for this contradiction. I don't want my discount reduction to be for nothing. Oh, I can't believe how much I angered them. Do I even have the answer to this contradiction? I have nothing. Your Honor, I can't explain the cause of the discrepancy at the time. Very well. I've never seen this angry before. Me neither. Scary. Terribly sorry. I genuinely don't know how this is so wet. No way I wouldn't have dried it if I used this before the store. All I can tell you is that I did go out to check what happened. Poor Tails doesn't seem to be confused right now. It would have been amazing if I could perform a mood matrix. I really could not have broken Widget at a worse time. Still, Tails has been acting unbelievably strange. None of his testimonies make any sense when you study them closely. What should I do? I feel like I should I be gentle? I guess I should probably be gentle about this. You know, I'm gonna save here. You know, let's go ahead and be gentle. Let's go ahead and be gentle about this. Mr. Talos? I totally understand things must be unusual and confusing right now. But please, don't sound so stern on the facts that you're unsure about. It's okay not to 100% remember. Your cooperation will be amazing. I'm glad I'm not alone in that thought. Clearly, I haven't been giving you the best results. I'll tell you what. Anything at all you wish for me to testify about, I'll do it to the best of my abilities. That seems to have worked well. We can only hope he has seen the error of his ways. This is a good approach. Although, I'll have to think about what to make him testify about. To be frank, Miss Sykes has been making some very good points. I fear it's valid for you to be, at worst, a suspect. Mr. Talos, please fix your behavior and testimonies. Else we may have problems. I hope you understand. I understand. I suppose my apology won't be sufficient. How can I rectify this? I believe it is only fair that the defense decides what the subject of your testimony should be. That can be arranged. Do you know what you wanted to say? I think I have a good idea, yeah. I'd love to hear about what he has to say here. The topic is simple, Mr. Talos. I just want to know why we shouldn't suspect you. If there's no issues here, then you have nothing to worry about. We won't have any reason to doubt you much longer. Ah, I see. I'll tell you what. I agree to those terms. Consider this a deal. I'm not sure what to expect here. I just have to hope I can pick it apart. Witness testimony. Please see reason. I'm disappointed that you suspect me, if I'm honest. I have no relation to this Rob Berry, I'm afraid. I don't have any reason to kill him. No point in planning this for someone I don't know. And what about the missing weapon too? Surely you cannot agree with me, right? The defendant is more suspicious. I don't get it. Everything that he says makes perfect sense. Maybe after all this, he just isn't who we're looking for. Truce, I really don't know anymore. I just hope we can gain more answers from this cross-examination. It seems like we'll have to scrutinize his testimony from top to bottom if I must. I'm disappointed that you suspect me, if I'm honest. Let's just press on each statement. Me and Truce can absolutely empathize with you there, Mr. Talos. We are both accused of crimes we did not commit. I can assure you we want the best. It may not look like it, but we are very much on your side. Yeah, we only want the truth. As long as you have abided by the law, then there should be no issues. We do have to treat your testimony as fact, which has been increasingly hard to do. Definitely could have worded that better. If there is something amiss, though, we will be sure to discipline you befitting your actions. Well, thanks. Apologies for my slightly grumpy attitude, but being thought of as a potential murderer, followed by a lawyer jargon lecture didn't really help with that. You can't remember that rise in your chest impression. It just keeps going further and further up until it wants to leave your mouth in a scream. You think I'm not feeling that too? Witness clearly feels uncomfortable with this topic. We should move on. Objections sustained. All due respect, this isn't advancing the trial. Well, it seems it could have gone better. Still, I know reading the dictionary. How do you go about verifying? It isn't an easy process. We fully check on the internet through their profile, including their contacts to ensure they really are unconnected. And then we do background checks through the government systems in place. There's obviously more to it, but that's all you really need to know. It's all as Mr. Payne has excellently said. I really don't know that man. I hope that's satisfactory. It does seem sound. Maybe this is the best angle of attack for now. I'm sure there's something we'll pick at later. I don't have any reason to kill him. No point playing this for someone I don't know. And what about the missing weapon too? So there's really no link between them, huh? I don't have any reason to kill him. No point in playing this with someone I don't know. Hold it! I do have to commend you for this question. You hold a lot of weight on paper. But I'm afraid you're dealing with a psychologist here. A motive may be establishable, or there may be none at all. The detective was discussing this previously. Obviously, you weren't there, and you wouldn't really know. I'll do my best to paraphrase what he said. I've seen many things in my time as a detective. I've seen guys shoot someone because they stank up a public bathroom. I've seen a guy assault someone to near death because they took some vegetables from the greenhouse. The point is, people are selfish. They can kill over the pettiest of situations. Murderers are compelled to their choices for a variety of reasons. Some are through external influences out of their own control. Some are spur-of-the-moment action, a defense mechanism. Some are for political or emotional purposes. Some are just for the sake of it. Motive is good to have, but not a proof of innocence or guilt. I hope that all makes sense to you. Peach, you're very right, Miss Sykes. We are dependent on the subconscious of actions taking place around us. Those are what influence our choices, not any of our own free will. I suppose it's all towards an end goal of some kind. I'm a psychology expert, not a philosophy one. I don't think I'm qualified for that debate. Understandable. In fact, I would forgot what I was talking about. You were talking about when I mentioned the missing murder weapon. Oh, yes, thank you. Allow me to continue. And what about the missing weapon too? Surely you can agree, right? The defendant is more suspicious. I feel like I should hold you on that one. You mean a knife that was used to kill the victim? I absolutely do. If it wasn't for the one found in Mr. Ender's bag, then where exactly is it? You make a good point, although you're missing a crucial detail. Take a look at the autopsy report again. I see what you mean. That's also weird. The murder weapon is an unusually shaped particle. It's fairly possible we shouldn't be looking for a knife at all. Interesting. I do think you'll find my point still stands, though. But whatever you think the murder weapon might be, I bet it's a chisel. Or a screwdriver? Or enough now, Truce. Wait. Oh my god, I almost missed it. Did he say before? It wasn't from the one found in Mr. Andrews' bag. Then where exactly is it? Never told him about that bag. Then how the hell would he know? Something is very wrong here. Miss Sykes, if I may ask, what is it you want us to wait for? There was no better time than now. The defense wants a statement added to his testimony. I'll tell you what, those can be agreed to. Deal. If I had something resembling a knife, what would it possibly be? pressing him on this, right?
Hold it!
Herein lies another problem. You live next door to the crime scene, literally. If you wanted, you can take anything from your house, stab Rob Berry with it, and then destroy it. It would be a perfect plan. This question would be unanswered. And so, it would be hard to connect the murder to you. I suppose you had a good point. But you asked me to tell you why I'm not a suspect. I have an alibi. I have no alibi. I was alone at home. There's only so much I can do or say. And of course, none of it is provable, certainly. It's very easy that you paint me as a cold-blooded killer. But if you don't present anything, I'm sure you know it means nothing. Heck, Tails isn't stupid. He knows I can't get anywhere with what ifs. I really need to think about this. What could he possibly have used to stab somebody? Oh my god, it sounds ridiculous, but it might just be... I need to present this thing immediately. Wait a minute, hold up. The instrument was nowhere to be found. It was useless when you went outside during the murder. It's still incredibly wet. Wait. It's still incredibly wet. Wait a minute. If I had something resembling a knife, what would it possibly be? Wait, are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
Objection!
Everybody, I have an idea. You'll have to trust me on this. It'll sound ridiculoso at first. I can only wonder where you're going with this. I'm sure it'll be good. Mr. Talos, it won't be good. At least not good for you. I think I know what might have been used to stab Mr. Barry. Entertain us. What could it possibly have been? I think it was Mr. Talos' umbrella. What? 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 Order! Order! I want order or else! I knew it would be good. First is the umbrella, the murder weapon, Miss Sykes. It's actually more possible than you think. I want you to look again at the umbrella. I know you notice how the top has a large pointy tip? If that was used, it would make a very useful makeshift weapon. That also fits the description of the autopsy room. Small but deep. In fact, even the fact that it's black works in favor of it being a weapon. Imagine someone sees him walking back to his home. The umbrella is covered in blood. Nobody would notice the darkness due to the color of the umbrella. That's it. We've all officially gone insane. Is this what it's usually like in courtroom day to day? You generally feel swayed by this argument. Mr. Payne, please raise an objection. This is not worth the time. The Tails is right. Why is there no blood visible? You can't be serious. He's kept the thing with him up until this point. Who knows what he could have done with it until now? A quick spray or two of luminol should tell us everything. There's really no reason for that. I don't think we should give this site the satisfaction score. This is too crazy to ever cross the mind of anyone rational. I'm afraid it's not crazy at all, Mr. Talos. In fact... Oh, there's the music. I'd like to formally accuse you of the murder of Rob Berry. This better not be a move you regret. Oh, I have no regrets, Your Honor. I know I'm right. Aren't I, Will Talos? Or should I say, we'll stab him. I'm sorry, but I cannot stand by and condone this. I'm revoking all your discounts. I don't have the energy for this. It was obvious you pushed all this on me from the start. No. Deal with it. I'm disappointed that we're doing this, to be honest. I'll tell you what. Maybe I can ask you a follow-up question. If you wish, I'll try to answer. There's a way to disprove what you're speculating. And that would be why the umbrella is wet. No, seriously. What is going on with that? It can't have been wet from the storm. The murder happened before the rain. It wasn't wet from the blood either. I'm no professional, but blood dries quicker than that. It's been a day. So, what exactly is going on? I believe the witness has raised a good question here. It would be ideal if the defense could explain their answer, especially if they wish to propose an alternative murder. This question again. It's been bothering me too, as far as back as when I first noticed. This is all that's standing in the way of getting Tails on the ropes. I better think of an answer thoroughly. I can't afford this to be wrong. Let's think about things a little deeper. Oh? The umbrella could feasibly be a murder weapon. I know that I'm right on that. It makes perfect sense and is completely consistent with the timeline. However, it's still wet. Even now, I'm going to pain. I need to ask myself, did Will Tails go out that night or not? I want to say, yeah, he definitely did. Tails went out that night. Of course he did. Whether he was in the rainstorm or not is irrelevant. Evidence speaks for itself. This testimony holds less weight than the umbrella. Now that we've established Tails decided to involve himself in some way, let's move on to the next big question. Is the man in the CCTV photo Woody or Talos? It's the photo is definitely Talos, because Talos had an umbrella. Woody did not have an umbrella. There's no way. That makes sense. The photo was taken by Mr. Talos' CCTV when he pretended to be Woody. I guess he deleted any other photos of him walking over. He also might have lied to the police about that. After all, he was just a next-door neighbor. There'd be no reason to look any deeper into that. So to get back to the umbrella, Talos took it out with him while impersonating Woody for the photos. He had to be the killer. He had no other reason for any of this. He's also the only feasible culprit by now. So why did he take his umbrella with him even though there was no rain? So he planned for rain. The umbrella was wet due to failed plans. Of course. He was expecting it to rain when he went out there. There have been storm warnings all week. He set everything up, only for there to be no rain. He decided to simply wash the blood off in his home, maybe destroy the umbrella. But must have panicked and changed his mind and went back to it when it did begin to rain outside. Please wait, I think I have an idea. A way I think I can explain the umbrella. Very well, let us hear it. It was never meant to be wet. At least not to this degree, considering it's absolutely unusable like this. You had some very smart plans in mind, but couldn't bring any of them to reality, did you? Your plan was to establish a bear with the umbrella and walk around suspiciously in the storm, in order to falsify the CCTV photos. While you did that, the rain would wash out all the blood out of your weapon. You could then destroy it or even put it back at home as you pleased, as long as there was no DNA on the umbrella, and it was all at the scene. Nobody would know a thing. Problem arose when it came to the crime, though. The rainstorm didn't come. You went back home and washed the umbrella yourself. I bet if you let it spray with luminol, we'd be able to see proof for certain it would hold results. Mr. Berry's blood would still have traces no matter how hard you cleaned it. Maybe it could connect this to the crime. Mr. Talos, what do you have to say about that? Oh, his face is getting redder. God, is he bleeding? Ugh. Is Talos is bleeding. Bailiff, fetch a tissue immediately. Oh God. Interesting freak out, I'm not gonna lie. I take it you're okay now, witness. I'm perfectly fine. I always was. I did that to myself. Apologies for scaring you. It's okay. I'm just glad you're alright. I really appreciate your kindness. Maybe I was wrong about you after all, Miss Sykes. Thanks? I don't want to waste anyone else's time any longer. Let's try and continue where we left off. I have to testify one final time. I want to tell you exactly why I'm not the culprit. This isn't something I want to live with forever. That should be okay. But this really will be the last testimony. I believe that we have heard almost all we can from you, Mr. Talos. I'll tell you what, that's perfectly understandable view. It should be fairly quickly, I hope. So let me debunk everything. Right here, right now. Witness testimony. I'm not guilty. You're really sticking this murder on me? There's so many variables that break this theory apart. I didn't know Mr. Berry. Still don't really know what his deal is. I wouldn't kill someone I didn't know for no reason. Deal? And then you really think an umbrella is the weapon? The CCTV showed Andrew with the umbrella. It could still be him. I guess I should only expect you to think they used an unusual weapon. You probably can't get over the fact that you used one to slice up the carcass of your own mother. Oh, how does he know? Why does he know? What more does he know? I don't want them all to know. I don't want them to know what I did to her. God, I want this all to stop. I can barely breathe. What I did to her. She loved me so much. And I ripped her to pieces. I don't feel right. I can't forgive myself. But surely, he can't have been there, right? It's the only way he'd know. He can't have been there. Athena, you have to step out of it. Keep breathing. I got you. Do you recognize him? Think you might have seen him before? I don't recognize him. They put a gag order on the gallery of that case. The Phantom was a government secret. How can he know? What they'll think of me? Your Honor, the defense seems unwell. Should we have a rest until she's fit to continue? The reality is, there are many cases for me to get through today. I would not have time to give another recess. In which case, this would have to go to a mistrial. We have to return on Christmas Day. This is not an action I wish to take. Miss Sykes, are you alright? She's clearly not okay. How can you tolerate verbal abuse in a court like this? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. What? She's just going to let him get away? Doesn't he remember being the judge of that trial? Maybe he wants me to lose. Miss Sykes, allow me to ask again. Are you at par? Miss Wright, is this a usual occurrence? No, Your Honor. Do you think she is at any immediate harm? No, Your Honor. I'm sorry, Athena. I know you can get through it. He won't let the trial get postponed. You'll be okay. I'll keep fighting for you. Miss Sykes, if you cannot answer this simple question, I'm afraid I have to end this trial here. Will you continue your defense of Woody Andem, the defendant? Shit, like how did he know about Athena's past, bro? It's all too much. I can't do it. I'm not good enough to be a lawyer. I'm not good enough to be anything. I failed. I'm a failure. I'm sorry, Woody. You deserved anyone but me. Dina, please. We can do this together. This isn't you. Don't let your worst moments define you. This is me. This is all I am. I suppose I can go now. Yes, Mr. Talos. Very well. Take care, everyone. It would appear that through silence we have our answer. Miss Sykes has chosen not to continue her case in defense of Mr. Random. As such, the prosecution shall automatically claim victory in this trial. The court finds Mr. Woody Andom guilty. What? Wait, was I supposed to lose? I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Wait, was I supposed to lose? There's no way. When I heard this final call, I was 6 simple letters. My soul shattered. Pedestal I'd put myself on for the last year had been brutally snatched from me. I was a lunatic for thinking I was invincible. Plummeting back down. It sounds childish, I know, but it's so obvious now this was never in my favor. I should have noticed looking back. He was ready to give me an endless penalty. We barely heard anything past the detective's testimony. Then he stands inactive as Talos beats me down. And then I lose. Not because I failed to make my case, but because I could not prove the innocence of my client. Crap, I skipped something. And that has cost a life. Damn it, I skipped it again. Woody will lose it all in prison. I didn't know this went on automatically, damn it. And while it may not have appeared at first, I'm the one responsible. If I wish to protect others as I failed to protect my mother, as I failed to protect Simon, or someone had to come along and do it for me, I can't continue it this way. Not in a structure weighted against me like this. How many others have gone through the same? There's no hope for them. There's no hope for us. Was I taking innocent life and destroying it? How is this much better than the murder itself? The dark age of the law had never truly ended. We merely thought that it did. Damn, no, come on, that can't be it. That can't be how I lose. Can't be how it ends, man. Defendant lobby number 1, 1:36 p.m. Athena, come sit down with me. It's okay. Don't worry, we'll make things right. You know, you're really loved so much by all of us. So, please, don't feel so guilty. Please don't feel so scared. You'll always be safe here. Thank you. Thank you for standing by me, Truce. Now, forever and always. I'm going to go to the bathroom and clean myself up a bit. Is that okay? Of course, Dina. I'll be waiting. She's gone. I really hope she'll be okay. What am I saying? Of course she will be. I know she won't take another loss like that lying down. I'm pacing again. bad habit. I really need to learn to sit still. Jumping around isn't how to go. Ow! God, I slipped on something. I can feel the bailiff trying not to laugh at me. This could not be more embarrassing. Oh, he slipped on this. Huh? What? What is this? It's a playing card, but it has knives on it? This isn't part of a magic act I've ever seen. Nor is it anywhere near a good time for some kind of prank. Oh, could it be a tarot? Wait, maybe not. Pretty sure that has swords. And there's only 3 on the tarot card. This seems like really sketchy. In the back, there's a number 4 written in red. Wait, could that be blood? What is this doing in a court lobby? I guess I should keep hold of this for now. Maybe Athena or Papa might know something about it. Serious card. A card found in the lobby with 4 knives on it. Nobody seems to know anything about it. Okay. I think I'm alright for the time being. Truce, I want you to be honest with me. What should we do now? I don't want to tell boss about this. I don't really want to stay here any longer. Let's treat you a little. I think you deserve it. Not so sure. Well, I'm confident. 130%. That's 20% more than 110. Yeah. What do you want? I don't really want anything. Shush. Reaching into the depths of your mind. You want noodles, don't you? Only if you're certain. Oh, I'm certain. Let's go. I left the day with many questions and few answers. Through the pain and the anxiety, one question burned in my heart, much greater than any other. Who am I? I suppose that can be answered in 3 parts. Who I've been in the past? Well, while I had all the best intent, I couldn't save my mother. I couldn't save Simon independently. I could hardly save myself. Independence seems to be my greatest struggle. Second, who I've been today. I've been strong-willed, determined. I fought hard for justice. I've slipped, but that's okay. People tend to do that. I am far from a failure. I've gotten so far in so few years. And finally, the greatest question of all. Who will I become in the future? I've decided. I'm going to improve people's lives. I'll help them at the expense of my future. I can't stand by and let my mistakes define me. Today is when things will change. I can't delay the inevitable. There is no reason to. I decided to arrange a meetup with a certain someone. We'll work through the things together. Oh, I guess this isn't the hopeful ending I would have wanted. I will ensure that next time an ending comes around, I will be better than the last. Case end. Wait, what? No way! I lose that case? Am I really just required to lose? There's no shot, man. Come on. Dude. This is crazy. Damn. Wow. I was not expecting to lose that trial. I was actually really hoping to win that one. Like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought the trial would go a little bit better than that. Footstep sound effects, Toby Fox, Undertale, Deltarune. I knew it. I knew I heard those footstep sound effects somewhere else. I knew I've heard them from somewhere else. I just didn't know where. Wait, Undertale, telling the truth, investigation core, Undertale, Yellow, Fever Pitch, flock together respectively. Really interesting. Wait, I didn't know there was Trauma Center music in there. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that was honestly a really interesting trial. Because it was mute. Wait, credits theme, Athena Reflection, Honkai Star Rail. Special thanks to Sky. Hey, Lily Grace! Hey, Lily's in special thanks. That's cool. And you, thank you for playing. If your work was not credited, message me immediately. Dude, honestly, this was something else. This was really something else. September 27, 11:08 a.m. Write Anything Agency. I'm happy they're all having a good time. They deserve it. I need to figure out my problems before I can join them, though. Too bad he's running late. Or forgot about me. I'm sure he'd never do that, though. Oh? That has to be Steven! I'm sure we don't need the formalities. I had a key. The knock was just to warn you. Me? I see. So happy you're here, Simon. Truth is, I called you over because I have a lot of things I need to discuss with you. Privately. I hope that everything can remain confidential. I'm not an idiot. I can keep a secret. Fantastico. If you wish for things to be confidential, where are the rest of them? They're eating out for lunch. It's just us two. Very well. Anyway, I wanted to come clean in a way. Because, to put it as bluntly as you would, I made a huge mistake. What did you do? I failed a client. An innocent and decent person. I haven't told boss, Mr. Wright yet. He's been celebrating Christmas with Truce, Maya, and Pearl. Seemed to celebrate the day before Christmas even harder. It's almost Christmas means it isn't Christmas yet, or something. But I didn't tell him because it was so preventable. I got way too deep into my head again. Was it because of UR1? Isn't Widget there to help with that? Well, about that, I broke Widget too. You what? It was another thing I needed to tell you. I'm sorry, Athena. My mother made it especially to help me. I'm sure we could fix him up a little. Maybe leave it to me and Taka, though. Heck, no offense, but I don't want any more stress on you. Not a baby, Simon. I can handle this, I promise. Sorry, that was childish of me. If you could help, that would really mean a lot to me. I think I know a guy. I met him in prison. Fixes things up real good. No, no shot you're referencing him. No way. No way are you referencing him. Is it my boy? Thank you. That alone might help regulate all these emotions a little better. Is there something more on your mind, Athena? There's been a lot weighing on me about that case I lost. The defendant will have to spend his life in prison. And honestly, I feel responsible. I don't know what to do to forgive myself. You got a second person in jail for life? That's okay. I've done prison for life. Look at me now. You always got me out. I know you could do it. You could do it a second time. The circumstances around it will be a lot easier this time too, I imagine. Unfortunately, not so much. Wanna bet? I'm sure it can't get much harder than the day before death row. I suppose that's true. Simon, I've been considering appealing for a retrial. It will cost but it's a price I'm willing to pay. In that case, there better there better be a damn good reason you lost. I had another panic attack. And why was that? Usually that happens because of something deeper. Someone said something and it just sent me into a spiral. About how I failed you. I needed someone to bail you out for me. And about how I failed my mother. And how I shouldn't be here. And how I wish I took her place. She deserves to live more than me.
Silence!
Silence! Athena, what do you think you're talking about? Have you lost your mind? You saved my life. I don't care how much help you got. I'm standing here, chattering and breathing by your choices. You chose to stand up and defend me. You chose to work extra hard and get that bad journaling. You're so young. There's so much you can still do. So stop with the nonsense. If I hear another word of that drivel from your mouth again, I assure you, Taka will turn you into lunch. Will turn to you to lunch. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Simon. Thank you. I knew you were the right person to come to. Thank yourself for keeping your skin. Smart move. I'm glad you woke up. If I might ask, what did this someone say? They knew about what I did to my mother. I don't know. I don't know how he knew either. Nobody was allowed to discuss the Phantom case. It certainly wouldn't be good for the public and his organization if that information was out there. Yeah. I imagine the panic. Almost as scary as yours, truly. But still, that is a very concerning point of interest. What is this individual's name? He was called Will Talos. I know that face. That can't be good. That is one name I absolutely didn't want to hear. Why? What? Who is he? That is exactly the problem. You don't often arrange friendly rendezvous with me. Not that I blame you. But I knew there was something wrong when I received your message. I took a quick look at your cases online. There was a doctor on the case you took 4 days ago. Of course, I gave it a read. Will Talos had got off after you suddenly broke down. How should I put this? I've made my connections in prison. I know a man for every situation. And one such man told me appealing the decision would be very difficult for you. Because there is no registered individual in this country known as Will Talos. What? He lied? I'm sorry, Athena. It seems like he fled the country. Or worse, he's using a fake name. It won't be easy to drag him back after what happened. Oh god. There's gotta be something I can do. You can hope and pray that they find a match. Either his face, eyes, or fingerprints. He'll come back. You can nail his lies. But the reality is, I don't think it's possible. As long as he lays low and remains beyond borders. No. I am not letting this be how things go.
Silence!
Calm yourself, Athena. This isn't all over yet. I know a way you may be able to do something to help. You might be able to make things right. Oh? If you could find a lead on where he may be, the police may be able to find him. Wait. I think I may have an idea. And what would that be, pray tell? After the case, I went to freshen up in the bathroom for a little while. Lucy told me she fell upon this card while I was in there. She seemed genuinely shaken. I don't think it was a magic act. That is definitely unusual. Do you know what it could be? No idea, I'm afraid. I've seen a lot in my time, but that is definitely a new sight to me. Mind if I take it in for a bit? I could pass it around to a few people, see if it means anything. I think so. Just be careful of the back. We aren't sure, but Trucy thought that the fold was in the blood. Are you two the only ones that know about this? Well, 3 with you now, yes. Not trusting the bailiffs. Justified. There's definitely a story there. On the topic of my connections, I've heard from someone that there's been a dire shortage of law enforcement of all kinds. Did you know about that? No, I never realized. But thinking back on it, that makes total sense. The judge really did seem desperate not to push the trial back. It probably just put much more pressure on the court. Exactly. I suppose what I'm saying here is, I know another way you could help others. It'd be a hell of a lot easier than fighting tooth and claw. And still struggling against the unsurmountable pressure. I know exactly what you mean. You know, I may just take you up on that deal. Splendid. Meet me in my office tomorrow. It should take only a few minutes. Couldn't have been better timing. Boss is spending the day out with Mr. Edgeworth tomorrow. Nobody would even notice. Trust me, I'll be there. Hey, send. Oh shit! We're getting a continuation to this. This is gonna be really good if that's the case. But my god, that is very interesting. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this video here for now. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a